Hey everybody, this is Harold with Buckeye Outdoors, and today we are looking at some lights that I have, some of the best that I have that I like, and some of the ones that just didn't make that cut. And we're going to be talking about them today. I am catching up on my Waterfly reviews for those that want to know. They're a few days out still, and that's part 2 of all those reviews for the backpack, the sling pack, and the fanny pack. So be looking out for the Waterfly ones. I wanted to talk just real quick about, while I got some downtime and some rain here, about my favorite lights and why. And we'll dive right into it, right? First thing is the Thorfire C8. There we go, the C8S. This little thrower is a lovely budget light. It's bright, it gets the job done. Pretty hard light to beat. You can find these on Amazon or Thorfire's website. I think everybody should have a C8 in their collection. They're good throwers, they work well. Nice little light for the money, right? I mean, it's quite a punchy little light, and there's something about the form factor. You know, it's kind of fun to carry, right? I mean, nice little light. Another of my favorites is none other than the Orcatorch T20. This light is fantastic. You don't know the story on it. It is a heck of a light. Everybody knows Cindy or Missy. I think it's Cindy. No, I'm wrong. Cindy. Cindy Sai. I hope I said your name right, Cindy. She was, and still is, pushing these lights on the market. And for the money, you get an entire kit. You get the light, you get the flashlight, you get the batteries, you get a charger, you get this, you get that. And it is an impressive light. Strike bezel on the back, stainless strike bezel on the front. Nearly 1,000 lumens. Tough and punchy as all get out. This light narrowly beat the Fenix TK15UE. If you remember that in the head-to-head. Everybody thought I was dishonest because I was with Fenix. Well, this was the light that lost, and that's a Fenix. The Orcatorch, I felt, in my opinion, outperformed it. It just outperformed it. Not by much, but it did. Impressive light. Go check out Orcatorch. Look up Cindy online. She'll get you hooked up. Now we're going to go back in time a little bit. And I have the extension tube for this. This came from a friend of mine that I bought this from. This is an old school Thrunite TN11S. Y'all might remember that. Right? Killer little light with the extension tube. You can run 218 650s. It's got the tactical strobe, which can also double as your mode switch on the side there. Some of you might remember this light. I do have the extension tube for it. I like it. It just feels like a good solid tank of a light. You notice a lot of lights that I like have a stainless strike bezel. I'm just a fan of the strike bezel. I always have been. Thrunite made some really good stuff back then. I regret that I don't have a newer Thrunite now. But I think I need to remedy that because this was a bomber light back in the day, right? Moving right along in my top 8 is the Fenix TK15UE. This light and we have some history together. Back when I did, oh boy, yeah, this thing has seen the war. One of our cats got trapped on a wall, and I had to kind of tear the wall out with the strike bezel right away, and it helped. It actually got the cat out. An aggressive styled light. Has the XPL high, so it's a good thrower. God, what a solid light this is. This is still one of my go-to lights, is the TK15UE by Fenix. I like the UEs because they basically take one of their lights and, you know, put a bigger engine under the hood per se, and they ramp it up and really come out with a bomber light that, yeah, so you'll see a lot of Fenix lights in here. I mean, you understand why. I kind of represent Fenix a bit, but I'm honest about them too. One of my newest additions that I'm in love with is this. You guys have been seeing this light make the rounds, and for good reason. This was a light that Fenix really had to get right, the PD36. This was an important light to them, so they were kind of under the pressure when they built this, that it had to be right. It was very important that they were right on it. This is kind of a successor light. It kind of takes the place of some other lights, and You get my point. The PD36 powered by 21700. It is an awesome light. I can't say enough about it. It's a well-balanced light. It's got throw. It's got flood. It does a little bit of everything really well. One of my new favorite lights. Another one of my favorite everyday lights is none other than an older old school, not old school, but the Sofirn SP32A. Not the version 2. This is the older one before the version 2. This was one of the lights that put those guys on the maps. I like this light for the simple reason of this. Boom, click, go. I don't have battery in it, do I? Nope. But it's just a click and go kind of light. There's no tail switch. You can double tap turbo. Oh, yeah, I do. You can ramp up and down with it. You know, there is ramping. Or you could just take it off ramping. It's just an incredible light. I love it. I have a lot of use on this thing. You can probably see some of the wear on it. The Sofirn SP32A. To me, this was the best light Sofirn made for a handheld EDC-able light. Next up is this cute little fella. This is the E30R from Fenix. That really cool optic in there. This light, for its size, is just ballistic. I mean, we're talking 1800 lumens, I believe, or 1600. And comparing it to, like, the PD36, oh my god. And it is just nasty bright. And just, it's a flutter. It's a great light. It's got the deep carry pocket clip. Nice recharging system. God, what a nice light this is. I can't say enough about it. The only thing I don't like about it is push and then cycle through to get to the brightest mode. I mean, it does okay there, but I just wish it had some different modes, like the double click for turbo. I wish it had that, or more of a tactical turbo. I'm a turbo freak, what can I say? Love this light. Last but not light is the pint-sized hot rod. You can see I've used this guy quite a bit too. This is the E18 from Fenix. This is one of their small lights, slightly larger brother than the E18. Again, look at the reflector in that thing. You can get some light on that reflector. You could really appreciate it. Isn't that cool? Right? So they used a Tur optic, and they just went ballistic with it. And you'll also notice on the E30, you'll notice something interesting. Is let me try to. You can see the shine on the lens. It's actually a matte finish glass lens versus a regular finish. See what I'm saying? So it was one thing with the E30 that they did, but these two little lights. So in all, those lights really represent my favorites of lights that I would usually carry. Now some of these I carry when I'm walking. They're a little bit too big to be in your pocket, like the C8. I mean, I'm not going to walk around with that thing in my pocket. I could, but I might look a little too happy. Lights that I like that didn't quite make the list. This one's a surpriser for some. This is the Nitenumen, and I think this was the TK29 Nitenumen. I liked it because it was actually a surprisingly good performer, but it had this tank of a body on it, and it was silver, and I didn't have any silver lights, and just kind of like the thing, you know. Another Sofirn made the cut of lights that I really like that didn't quite get the top. This was the SP31 version 2. I like this light for a couple reasons. It's like my TK15UE, and it has the XBL high. It does have the tail clicky and side clicky. Pardon me. I think I'm allergic to awesomeness. This light is such a solid performer. It throws hard too because of that XBL high. I mean, it really throws the light out there. It's just a typical Sofirn, right? I can't say enough about Sofirns. I have one that I gave away as a gift. I have another one, but these two Sofirns are really my favorites out of the Sofirns. This light is killer, though. I mean, it performs so well. And you can buy them as a whole kit. That's hard to beat. Another light that's one of my favorites, of course, is a Fenix. And this guy is the TK25 UV. I do not have a battery in it. The UV light, I did a review on this and I got slammed pretty hard on it because I didn't know how the hell to review a UV light. I was stumbling around my backyard going, look, that glows, that glows, oh, that glows, oh, that glows. And everybody down fingered me or up fingered me or whatever they did with their fingers. Awesome light, got the rotary head on it. Just killer light. That tactical tail switch, right? Momentary on, cycle through your modes. It's awesome. Another one of my favorite lights, and some of you may know this monster. Dun 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 dun. The MR70 by Rofis. Just don't get her cold. If she gets her cold, she'll buck up on you. She won't want to work. I mean, just a beast of a light with the side light, right? This is the light I use when I absolutely must flood out my backyard real quick. I like to look, there's dirt in there. This light is bomber. XBH70. I think it was the oldest version of the 70. Got the glow ring up in there. Just a tank of a light. Just feels good in the hand. It's got that one-piece body minus the tail cap going on that so many have become popular for. Tank of a light. I just dig this thing. It's just beastly. And just boosh. Let's see if I can fry my camera today. Last but not least, and this guy sits on the cusp, but he's one of my sentimental favorites because I swear to God, nothing light up a damn campsite, and a few people can attest to this like this thing can. That TK25 red, and you know what? Let's get a battery out for this thing because nothing quite says red like a TK25 red does. Nothing says red like it. So we're going to throw a battery in this to see if we can kill our camera. So yeah, that tactical tail switch I was telling you about, you can momentary on, full click on, and cycle through. The reason why I like that is because I could do it all from my up here, right? And I don't have to worry about a freaking side switch over here that I can't reach. So this tail switch combo is awesome. I love that. I can't say enough about it. But red. It's so red, and I turned a few people onto this light that bought it. Just ballistically red. It is so crazy how red this thing is. It just blows your mind. Look at that. Yeah. There's some pictures where I flooded an entire large campsite, which is bathed in red. I mean, you know, your night vision at this mode and that mode's good, but that mode is just crazy. So, those are some of my favorite lights. What are some of yours? What do you guys think of my choices? Drop something in the comments. Make sure to hit subscribe. Like I said, once I get to a certain number, about 200, I'm going to start giving lights away. So you definitely want to be part of the crew to get in on that because the odds are pretty good. So hit subscribe, hit like, share this with a channel, leave some comments. I try to reply to everybody. I know some reviewers don't say squat. I'm not like that. I'll actually talk to you. Hope to hear you soon and talk to you later. Cheers.